れたものはいつか思い出すはずでしょう。消えた夢の影を探した寂しさの答え、儚さを愛触れてた風に流れて、僕は君を愛せていたか。少し気づくことが遅すぎ、だんすから消えてゆく明日さえも崩れ落ちてゆく。何もないここで一人きり、いつかまた最後の日を迎えられてみれ、また生まれ落ちた君が望む日を。
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I'm here to talk about Johnny Somali. Me, I personally don't like being repetitive, bringing up the same degenerate people, even though it's not over, but like, this is just an update and expressing how I feel about what he said, because apparently it was like during a documentary, and that he's talking about how he cannot go to prison.
Well. I guess I'm gonna do a reaction.
When you go to prison, the most important thing in your life is going to be booty.
Yeah, I better listen to him.
A man's butt. Booty, getting some booty is more important than eating food. It's more important than drinking water. If I see a man I like, I tell him like this here: I like you,
He like you,
and I want you.
and he wants you.
Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
What you want, Tom?
What's it gonna be?
Say it.
I asked you a question, Tom.
I can't hear you, Tom.
Say it, Tom. I don't want to answer.
Excuse me, I didn't hear you, Tom.
I said I don't want to answer. I don't want to do this anymore.
Sound like to me you wanted the hard way.
Give it to him.
And that it'll permanently change his life forever. He, like, as you see, right, he's talking about how he's gonna go crazy.
I think if I get sent to prison again, I'm gonna go psycho. And I think at that point there's no more Ramsey at that point. I feel like I'll go crazy.
So what I'm thinking is that if he's talking about going psycho, that means if they let him out, he's gonna do more degenerate videos and go out his way and harass more people.
Let's go, monkey!
I leave this world for a while and those filthy creatures start procreating left and right. It's a damn springtime for monkeys.
But it might escalate to the point where it's gonna cause like severe trauma. He might potentially like harm someone because of how much his like career is crumbling. Like he even had one.
I think if I get sent to prison again, I'm gonna go psycho. And I think at that point there's no more Ramsey at that point. I feel like I'll go crazy.
Me personally though, it's like if I were him, he should just stay off the internet. Like if you really have it that bad on the internet, people don't want to see you. The best thing to do would literally just don't show your face. Do not, you can be on the internet, but don't show your face or even talk or even make videos like this.
But guys, are you guys happy to see me back IRL, back in Seoul, back doing everything? Johnny needs to walk around with headgear. At this point, I do. I feel like I have some kind of CTE. Not only am I bipolar, but now I feel like I have some kind of CTE. How many times I've been punched in the head? Maybe it affected the part of my brain that has like the self-preservation or the fear part, you know? Because I'm really not scared of anything. There's a fear of the unknown. I've been in foreign prison before, and if I have to do it again, I will.
That's the first thing he should have done. And trust me, I'm not advocating pranks, but say if you got away with it once or twice, trust me, the third or the fourth, the fifth time, that will most likely either be your last or someone's going to confront you about it, because there are people who can they'll eventually realize the pattern in his behavior, and that it won't stop unless someone actually takes him serious, in which they did.
I'm going down. I'm not scared. What the fuck did they do to me? Nigga, they harassed me. I don't give a fuck, nigga. What they want? All day for me. All day for me. I'm closing. Oh, no. Goodbye, nigga. What you want? What do you want?
And I don't feel sympathy for this guy. And on top of that, he incriminated himself way too much. And again, he definitely had an opportunity in the past, being at university, and he could have focused on his career and thinking that he wouldn't be in the situation that he's right now. He can't even leave South Korea. He still has several trials that he has to show up for because the amount of charges that he racked up. And again, the South Korean government is waiting for him to commit these crimes, either to possibly deport him or literally just to make him suffer, because at the same time the dude deserves it. I'm not gonna have any sympathy for him. I don't care what he's going through. But I do take what I literally take what he said as a threat, that if he gets let off, he's gonna go to jail. And one thing I do want to add is the fact that the past pranks, even though I don't like to backtrack everything, but the funny thing is though is that I honestly doubt Johnny Somali would do this in a black community or a black country. And I'm not saying because he doesn't have self-hate. Clearly he doesn't have self-respect in himself. But I truly feel that had he done this towards a group of black people, they would make sure that he's gonna not only regret it, but they're gonna make sure to literally end him.
The thing goes skitty kid pop pop, and the poop poop boom. Skia, boom boom boom.
Because I do think, the Asian countries that he's going to, he's probably to look. He's looking at seeing how docile these people are. They haven't really got to the extreme, or even he's gotten assaulted before, but not to the point where he would potentially end up losing his life, or they would literally do the worst to him. And I feel like had he done it to his own kind, they would do the worst, or make sure that he ceased to exist, that he's never around to bother anybody. And at the same time, it's it's cruel, but the more when you look back all the past misdeeds he's done, you literally start to have no sympathy for him, because all of it is caused by him. He literally caused his own downfall, because it was all for the sake of content. He has no sort of talent whatsoever.
Started out as a prank, but they got way out of hand. See, now the whole town shouting, hey, what's with Andy? I'm the best, I'm the greatest, joke around the what's with Andy? What's with Andy? I'm a trick playing gangster, and what's with Andy? What's with Andy?
And he admitted himself as that. And honestly, I can't take what he says seriously, because he's talking about his past, like his childhood, is that chances are he has some sort of bipolar disorder, that he's a sociopath, and that kindness isn't gonna get him anywhere. And if he feels like he has to be hostile towards people, he has to be a nuisance in order to make it where he is right now, and he feels that's the only way he can get noticed.
This IRL streaming industry is very, I don't know, if you have empathy, you're not going to succeed. So obviously I feel like if I try to think empathetically, it's just hard. I have a problem with empathy. Even my own family has called me very selfish my entire life. My father, I remember my father when I was 6 years old, 7 years old, 6, 7 years old, my own father was like, Ramsey, you are a very callous individual. And that's I'm 24 now, so that's almost 18, 17 years ago. That's something that stuck with me. I remember that my whole life. My 6, 7 years old, my dad's like, you were very callous. I don't know why. So it's been like this since I was very young.
I'm gonna try extremely hard to maintain my composure, and I mean extremely hard.
So clearly, a lack of discipline, lack of attention, and I can't say whether the parents didn't try. Even Johnny Somali admitted himself, or Ramsey Ismail Khalid admitted, that his own father thinks he's callous. and they pretty much disown him. They don't want anything to do with him. That's the sad thing, is that even when you're at your worst part, or when you're not yourself, and even when you're at your worst times, or when you're at your worst part, is that even your family doesn't want anything to do or even be willing to help. Even when you're having those worst days, rough days, you expect your family to stick up for you and be willing. That goes to show that you expect his family to be loyal, but at the same time you can't blame them for being disloyal. For the amount of damage that he's caused, and how much he's given them a bad rep, if you think about it, because people are going to assume that that's how they raised Ramzi Ismail Khalid, considering he hates that name. But I can't say whether that has something to do with his name, but that's a massive L. I would say that's the greatest L, for your family not want to do anything with you, and you have to live your life in shame. And at the same time, it's like, who else besides Hank is willing to provide him that moral support?
I risked my family not paying my tuition to help Johnny, because I believe that helping Johnny was right thing to do. Pretty much.
His mom hates me. Your mom hates me, right?
Yeah. My mom hates you, my grandparents hate you.
And you said, despite all that, he's my friend, and wrong is being done to him, and I'm going to make sure that he gets out of Korea safely?
Yeah.
What has your family thought about you supporting me or helping me?
They thought it was insane, and it was despicable that I am actually standing up for what I believe in. My paternal family, they're a bunch of fake ass niggas. My maternal family are bitch ass niggas. Fuck them. I only care about their fucking inheritance. Fuck them. I hope they fucking die. I only care about their fucking inheritance. Fuck them. I hope they fucking die.
If he goes to jail, and chances are he will, Hank is not gonna be able to see Johnny Somali or Ramzi Ismail Khalid for a long ass time, and his parents are gonna make sure that Hank doesn't even get the chance to even reunite with him. So I don't really understand what Hank sees in Ramzi, and maybe it's because he doesn't have that many friends, or he's just as dysfunctional as Johnny Somali is. But something tells me is that I was thinking at first maybe it's because of the money, or it's because at the same time maybe he's just not even feels bad for him, because the way people are treating him, even though Johnny Somali was the one instigating shit with people.
Honestly, 우리 사이에 he's been totally lying. 내 생일 파티에 너만 못 온 그날 까지 네가 엄청 혼났던 그날 지워 네가 이친이랑 약진 그날 그는 언제나 너가 없이 그날 너만 멋있는 옷을 입고 그날 Heard him say we can go wherever you like. Baby say the words and I'm down. All I need is you on my side.
But I want to go back to what I said about him, talking about him going psycho, or him about to snap or going crazy. I feel like they should have, again, not just peep South Korea in general. I feel like they should have handled this a lot more sooner. They should not have been too nice, even though he's got a lot of repercussions. I feel like law enforcement has been treating this guy way too easy. I feel like they literally should have made example, because even those few months of jail, I feel like wasn't enough. I feel like in order for him to really learn his lesson, is make sure they revoke his passport. from ever, like, if he's an American citizen, make sure that they revoke. Like, I feel like there should be a way to literally ban him from going to. Not only, of course, they can ban from that country, but from making sure, like, letting people know by the airport how much of like a threat that he poses, or how much of a threat that he poses as. Because like he's talking about now, it's gonna escalate. So that's my only concern. Even though he's not really physically a threat towards men and stuff, but chances are he might do the unthinkable towards somebody who could be most vulnerable. That's my only concern. He won't step up to a man, because I've seen those videos. He will not step up to a man and like be about that, or even stand and even try to even like be physical with them, because he knows that chances are that they're going to retaliate and actually cause some major damage to him, and he won't be able to like take those punches lightly. He won't be able to, whatever they're dishing at him, like he won't be able to like literally eat those up. That's one thing I will say. But I do see what he's saying is like it could be a potential like threat in the future, because and that is concerning, because I feel like they should have taken this guy a lot more serious. They should have been a lot more stricter. They should have made an example of him, because that's what happens when you give people a slap on their side. I've been saying this before in the past, is now they feel they can get away, and if the amount of times they get in trouble, and if law enforcement isn't giving them the right punishment, they're gonna go back to do the same thing or even worse. So again, he's basically letting people be aware. He's basically showing his true intentions, what his plans are in the future. So that's the only thing I do want to discuss. It's not to bring up what he's been doing and what I've been saying in my previous videos. It's about what the outcome may be afterwards, after he brought this to my attention. And I do appreciate the fact that I was able to find the resource from other YouTubers, but at the same time, it's like people need to really keep a close eye on this guy and make sure he gets like the right punishment for all his past crimes. And I don't think it's I guarantee it's not going to redeem him, but I can't say whether this will personally resolve his problems, because if he does get let off early, we don't know exactly what his intentions may be after his arrest and once he's been let off from prison. Because I don't want to think of the worst, you guys, but I think people need to start being more cautious, and that he gets the appropriate time, and that the punishment that he's given is required and deserved.
Karma's a bitch.
Until then, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. No more talk.
But overall, I feel like I said enough, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.
hatte. Ringo Brothers, your nigga.